My name is David Rowe. My wife and I have been members at First Baptist since 1993, so about 27 years. Well, I've thought about that a lot, and I think most people have the same idea about being afraid. I don't know of anything that I really have been afraid of, except maybe yellow jackets and wasps. I swell, so I have reactions to those, so I always get out of the way when they come by. But when I think of being afraid, I think of the fear of the unknown. And there have been a lot of times in my life, as I'm sure it has been for everybody else, when you have a fear of the unknown. A couple of examples I can still remember, and it's been a long time ago, when my parents took me to Guilford College and let me out, and I stood in front of the dorm and watched them drive off. And I was there. I was playing football, so I was there a week before the other students came. So here I am. I didn't know anybody, didn't know where I was or what was going to happen. Other times, we've moved several times during my career. And when I got out of school, I went to Charlotte and taught school. And then we started our family, and I decided I needed to change professions. So I went to work for an insurance company and was there in Charlotte. And then for promotional opportunities, I moved to Roanoke. And then another opportunity came up. I moved to Fairfax, Virginia, which is right outside of D.C. And then, of course, I had 2 offices up there, so I had 2 different places. And then we came down here. And anytime you go into that, and a couple of those moves, my boys were in school, and so you're concerned about your family. So and there've been many more. There's been ups and downs, as there has been with everybody. But what I have counted on to help me, and what has helped me along, is my faith and my trust in Jesus, and the peace that Jesus gives me, and the hope that He has instilled. I was fortunate. I grew up in a church where I was always involved with it, and I've always, everywhere I've been, I've tried to get involved in church, and that's helped me. There are 2 or 3 different passages that I like to think about that help me along the way. One is when Jesus told His disciples, "Don't be afraid, because I'll be with you forevermore, even to the end of the world." And then when He told His disciples also, they were, chastising Him, "Let the little children come unto me, because if you don't have the faith of a child, you're not going to enter the kingdom." And then the other thing that has stuck with me for years is the parable of the mustard seed. And Jesus said, if you have the faith of a grain of mustard seed, you can move mountains. So I've always, every time something happens, even now when it's my time to teach Sunday school, and I'm preparing the lesson, and as I go to church and before it starts, I always pray that God will help me do the right thing, say the right thing, and whatever I say might help somebody else. And so and He's helped me, and I've always had peace. I've never had a problem, and everything has turned out right. I think I believe, I'm a strong believer in soul competency and free will, and I believe God's will is that you do well, and you make the decisions. He gives us the power to do that. And I know there are different people who feel different ways, but that's helped me, and I've always tried to be positive, honest, and trustworthy, and get along with the employees and have fun, in my work and wherever I am, and get involved in church, and that's where we've made most of our friends over the time. And finally, one song that I've thought about since you talked to me is "He Lives," one of my favorite old hymns. And if you listen to the words in that, and I would encourage everybody to go look at that, then that says everything about the peace and the hope that Jesus gives us all when we ask Him for it. And just like a grain of mustard seed, your faith grows over time. It starts when you're young, and it grows, and so that's my story. Well, I think just put your faith in God. We had a study. I had the opportunity to teach one Sunday the book of Habakkuk, and first of all, I asked everybody if they knew how to spell it, and then if anybody had ever read it. It's a short book, but Habakkuk is a good example of somebody that's faithful. I mean, he had faith, but he was faithful. And the way it ends, he tells God, no matter what happens, I know that I'm going to be faithful to you. And that's what I would tell everybody. And then pray continuously. Anytime anything comes up, just pray that God will help you through it and help you to get through it and do what you've got to do, and do what He would want you to do. So. Well, Christmas is my favorite time of the year. It's a little different now when your children are grown and gone, and so you look forward to it. Sometimes you have 2 or 3 Christmases because of in-laws and so forth. But one thing I would tell you, no matter what age you are, you're going to have ups and downs, and you need to celebrate where you are today. And as you grow older, different problems will come up, different events will happen. Things, used to be birthday parties for the kids and inviting everybody over and coaching their little league football and basketball teams, and then their graduations, and then their marriages, and when you get up to my age, you have friends that start leaving here, and I know in the past couple of years I've had 2 or 3 of friends that I've had forever since I was a child, and that have passed on. So we know our life's only short, so I think the peace that Christ has, the promise He has, the hope we have because we believe in Jesus will get you through any time in your life.